The PPPC entered office at a time when COVID was ravaging the world, Guyana included, with restrictions to limit person-to-person contact that vividly slowed the spread of the virus. It also disrupted the education system. This means the government had to quickly find a solution to ensure that the nation's future leaders were continuously learning. This brought about the online classrooms, where children were taught via the internet. Teaching materials were also distributed on flash drives to areas where there was limited access to the internet. However, the online classes were not a permanent solution, as government recognized the challenges with this new system and the fact that children are more attentive during face-to-face learning. To ensure schools were reopened for face-to-face tutoring, the Ministry of Health aggressively procured COVID-19 vaccines for adults, adolescents, and children from as young as 5 years old. Through vaccinations, Guyana's borders were once again reopened to travel. Socialization returned, the curfew was lifted, and eventually, face-to-face learning was rekindled.
Premier premium way of delivering education is, and we learned that very robustly and forcefully in the 2 years, is actually face-to-face. There's nothing to trump that. This was the opportune time for government to fulfill its promise made during the hustings to return the Because We Care cash grant to school children, a critical project that was scrapped in 2015. When the initiative was launched in 2014 by a previous PPPC government, every child in the public school system was receiving $10,000 and an additional $2,000 school uniform voucher.
This Because We Care cash grant initiative was conceptualized and rolled out when we were last in government. At that time, we gave every child that was in public school $10,000. That made a call of about $1.8 billion on our budget. In 2015, it was discontinued. We have government, and the new government did not continue it.
Fulfilling the commitment to return the crucial money to aid the educational needs of students, it was distributed in 2021, much to the appreciation of many parents. Not only was the program restarted in 2021, but the money distributed to every school child increased by 50%, from $10,000 to $15,000. The school uniform voucher was also increased from $2,000 to $4,000 and was distributed in cash. This means every child received $19,000, which significantly assisted them to return to school.
Done is a great initiative. I would say many thanks to the government, because sometimes things, especially at a time as this, because when we experience this pandemic, we experience a great flood in our area, and then we lose our crops and all these things, and this money would come in time to assist us with our school supplies.
Receiving this cash grant, I'm very thankful for it, because it would help to elevate my children's education in terms of buying some school supplies and something to do with their school. I would like to say thank you to the government.
Parents agree that the initiative of government is critical to their children's educational development.
I'm not working now, but whatever the farm produce, we just bring in our income in the house. But this now is for like school, because my child, where we live in, we don't have no electricity, right? And this now is an opportunity, so I could get her a tablet so she could learn, because she's very intelligent.
I feel good that I collect the cash grant. It's not for me, it's for my grandchildren, and I'm going to use it up buying books and the school items for them. And thanks very much.
As a single parent, it's very hard with children finance right now, because you ain't getting work and it's very hard. I know what I'm going through. So I'm very thankful and grateful for the small mercy.
I think the money is very much helpful where my grandson is concerned because you find that this will be able to help to offset some of the expense at the school uniform and what have you already so far there really well. So it is useful. Right? And I am very much happy what the government is doing to pertain into this voucher here.
To ensure there is equality and every child has access to government initiatives, the Dr. Ali-led administration extended the program to cater for all children in Guyana registered in a nursery, primary or secondary school. This catered, for the first time, students attending private schools. This one decision concretizes government's One Guyana policy where every Guyanese has equal opportunities.
We all have expenses and we all use the same materials as a public school. So, I'm glad that the government had decided to give us that opportunity to have our kids learn. First of all, the books, as I just mentioned, is very expensive. I have 2 kids and the books is close to about $40,000 to $50,000. That's a lot, and this will relieve some of the pressure of that. Also, now you're using technology with computers. They need laptops to attend classes, and for them to advance in technology.
I think it's a very good move, and not all parents who send their children to private school are wealthy off. Some of them are public servants, some of them work in the private sector, and they also struggle to get their ends meet at home. And so it's a very good move to help the parents to help to get things for the children to go to private school also.
I'm very happy that they decided to make us a part of this contribution or donation. We're very grateful for it, and we do sometimes need help too, even though it's private school. You have different challenges, and with the pandemic.
I think it's a positive idea because a lot of people think because the kids going to private school, the parents doing well. But it's not the case. Kids need computer, right? The kids need a lot of books, even to the textbooks. Not all private schools can give you the textbooks to go home with. Right? So a lot of things the kids will be able to afford. So I think it's a positive. And I'm really grateful for it.
For 2021 alone, government distributed in excess of $3.5 billion to support students to return to school, staying true to its manifesto commitment of increasing the cash grant given to support the educational needs of students. In 2022, government increased the money for each school child. Now they are receiving $30,000, $25,000 under the Because We Care initiative, and $5,000 for a school uniform. This represents an increase in excess of 50%. Charity resident Juliet Badri is a mother of 6, 3 of which are attending school. Badri, a part-time worker, said the assistance from government will ensure her children get adequate school supplies.
It is kind of difficult. Instead of buying expensive things for my kids, I normally buy cheap things, which doesn't last very long.
She explained that many times she could not afford to buy school supplies for her children.
The lesson fee is very expensive, right? So instead of taking my money that I have in my pocket to give to my child for buy school supplies, I use it on lesson fee. So it really helped me a lot.
Kurian Spelling related that the cash grant will go towards the purchase of a laptop for her 2 children. She explained that the laptop will help her children with research. She noted that without the initiative by government, providing the tools for learning would have been an uphill task.
I have 2 kids and they needed laptop, and this would at least help me halfway to get that laptop today, and I really appreciate this, and it's going to benefit both of my children.
Mukesh Jaigobin, a single father of 4 school-aged children, was lost for words after receiving the financial assistance. Jaigobin, who resides at Reliance, Region 2, said the money will go towards the purchase of school uniforms and supplies, as well as offset transportation costs for his children. Despite having a job, he explained that his income fluctuates, making it difficult to make ends meet.
See, not every time is good. Like, full salary properly. Sometimes you get every week, some week you get 6,000, some week you get 10,000, depends on the catch it. It's really not much.
So this money is
really thankful for you.
This year alone, Over $6 billion will be disbursed to parents and guardians of children registered in all nursery, primary, and secondary schools across Guyana.